Ambassador Vora, just to perhaps broaden this, is the conflict really widening at this point in time? While Iran obviously, would blame the United States of America, Pakistan finds itself in a catch-22 situation that you cannot perhaps, keep a position where you would be able to keep Tehran and Washington happy together. So obviously they find themselves in a catch-22 situation. But the larger picture here, the Middle East in a complete turmoil, and the role of the United States of America, barring the argument that has been put forth by Iran at this stage, but the United States of America does have a role to play. Is there perhaps something that the United States of America is actually missing out? The Biden administration is completely missing out with the Russia-Ukraine war in its third year, with perhaps no tangible gain that even the Ukrainians have at this point in time. Do you believe that the United States of America is actually playing with fire?
Thank you very much, sir. Always a pleasure to be on your channel, sir, and late evening to learn from you and from your other distinguished guests. India is our eternal enemy, says Pakistan, so it hosts anti-India terror groups. Afghanistan is our eternal beloved, says Pakistan, so it hosts anti-Afghanistan terror groups. Iran is our Islamic brother, says Pakistan, so it hosts anti-Iran terror groups. And what do India, Afghanistan, and Iran have in common? They are all neighbors of Pakistan. What else do they have in common? None of them wants Pakistan as a neighbor. The legendary Indian Prime Minister, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, had said, we can choose our friends, we can't choose our neighbors. Now, the United States, he's a very convenient villain. Blame him for everything. If there's a storm on the moon, blame it on the United States. We are today at a stage, sir, and I'm saying this very carefully so that the millions of people who watch your truly amazing channel get an idea. 2/3 of all deaths and 2/3 of migrant flows in the last 30 years have been in and from the Middle East. What does that tell you? It's a witch's brew without any kind of a resolution in sight. Now, let me talk to you about the Iran-Pakistan attacks. Lovely, lovely Islamic brother, my darling. Then what happens? When the Iranians blast these bases in Pakistan, the Pakistan Foreign Ministry says, this will not go unpunished, a terrible thing to do. And they retaliate. Iran says, this is totally illegal what you've done. We are going to hit back. Then the two foreign ministers talk to each other and say, oh, sweetheart, I'm so sorry we fired those missiles at you. Is this some kind of a joke? Are we in kindergarten? Or are we really looking at the world as it is today, with the Mideast in total turmoil? What is the solution? I'll tell you, there is no solution. The best, we say in diplomacy, is the enemy of the good. You're looking for the best, you're losing the good. Now we are told that everybody wants the Israelis not to clobber the fellows in Palestine, in Gaza. Very good. The Americans say one thing, do another. The Russians say, tell both sides, look, don't fall into the Western trap. China says, why don't you guys hug each other and make up? India says, we understand a nation's right to defend itself. The UN Secretary General, poor fellow, says, I'm deeply concerned, and then goes back and has whatever he has in the evening and goes to sleep. No one, sir, no one, and I repeat this, is interested in finding an immediate solution because, as for a lot of people across the world, and please don't be offended, the challenge for them, sir, is radical Islam. They see it in Iran, they see it in Pakistan, and they would be very happy. And I'm saying this very deliberately and slowly. I'm not talking about myself or my country, but many, many people in the West would be very happy both these countries went to the moon and fought it out over there. That is the level of their popularity today. Whether you blame India for killing 100,000 or 200,000 fellows and breeding terrorism here, that is immaterial. The point is, sir, as far as my colleague from Pakistan is concerned, you are the most intensely disliked nation today, even amongst your Islamic brothers, sir. I rest my case. Do some introspection.
Yeah, can I respond to what you just said?
One final word that I want to give to is Dr. Joseph Chalil. Dr. Joseph, just give me. Mr. Khan, I'm really running short of time, so I just want to bring in, the bigger picture here. Dr. Joseph, I'm sorry, gentlemen, today we've run out of time, so I apologize for it. Dr. Joseph, I want to come to you with regards to the US perspective to this entire matter. And the reason why I asked this question to Ambassador Vora also, that US does have a very important role to play, but many would say, Iranians say that, look here, they have a myopic vision. They are only looking at their own interests, and it's only your self-interest that you are justifying at this point in time.
Good to be on the panel. Unfortunately, America get blamed for everything, whether a rain in Pakistan or a flood in Iran. It's all the fault of America. I understand if Iran attacks Pakistan and Pakistan retaliates, it's America's fault. Of course, America. This is to show that these are potentially two new up and coming nuclear powers. If Iran becomes a nuclear power, what do we expect? Are we gonna shoot something stronger next time? So the challenge is, was attacking Israel on October 7th, was it the fault of America? Is it that the distractions they were creating, attacking the commercial vessels of India and other countries flagged in different countries, transporting regular goods, to the world, attacking them on the Red Sea? Is that America's fault? So the world will have no choice. America will have no choice but to defend and protect the freedom. And because the world commerce, the peace at large is the responsibility. So I'm also, again, thinking that this was a distraction created purposefully, maybe Iran to distract, because I was told, the nuclear process is coming to a culmination, maybe days away or months away. If that's the case, Iran wanted to create the distraction in multiple countries, whether it is through Hezbollah,
right,
through Houthis, through other countries to make this happen. And that might be what's happening here. Now, we are starting a distraction now coming through Iran. There is attacks on Syria. There's attacks on Iraq, claiming it's a Mossad headquarters. It doesn't matter, So ultimately, I'm not sure. It's a tough time in America as well, because it's an election year here. President Biden need to show that he is standing strong, and allowing or having a nuclear powered Iran will be unpopular and be really disastrous to the world peace. So I am really afraid in the next 30 days this is gonna get escalated, and it's gonna get worse than as opposed to getting better. So I can't blame America for everything, but protecting world peace, this is not for the territorial integrity of the USA, or we are not trying to attach Pakistan or Iran or Israel to make it happen. So please don't blame US for
Dr. Joseph,
everything. Take some responsibility as well.
Well, in fact, we are far from protecting peace at this point in time. Let's hope that there will be some sort of a withdrawal from the current situation. But gentlemen, I'm really sorry for not being able to continue any further. We are running short of time, but thank you very much for joining us on the debate tonight.